happen. But again, like he's in a position, he put himself in a position to be able to complete the game that he started. And I think at the end of the day, all starters want to do that. And sometimes you know, because of opponents and because of offensive game planning and what they do. I mean, this team, obviously we saw him grind us out yesterday. You know, he was able to counter that and put himself to get some quick outs to put him in a position to complete his game.
And because you guys consider everything leading into October, was there some consideration of doing kind of like what the Nationals did the year they won, where these are our 4 best arms, let's use them on their third days if we need to?
Again, I think we take, you know, I think there's a lot of discussions about a lot of different things, and we take game to game. You know, what do we have? What's available? What are we watching? Clearly, you know, Blake Snell, Yamamoto now, Shohei, all really good pitchers. I think we can all agree that they're all really good pitchers, and any team would probably roll them out in a playoff game. So I don't think this is any, you know, master plan. Again, I think we're starting our starters, and when it's time to move to the bullpen, that's when we'll move to the bullpen. But there's no, I don't think anybody ever goes into a game thinking like CG. Like you just, you know, like I think we talk about a lot of things, but the plan is to start those guys and see how they do. And fortunately for the Dodgers, they've been pitching well.
What was the discussion going into the night?
Was no discussion.
But you didn't speak with them?
No, I mean, we talk every inning.
Sure.
But it wasn't, you know, I mean, probably from the 6th inning, you know, it's more like, all good, you know, just a very simple question. Yes, and then we just move on. So there was no discussion from that standpoint.
Mark, you talked about the preparation, how he's really going to do that, but he had not faced this team. So how did he prepare for this game?
Well, I mean, I think the preparation is his process. You know, it's you know, he leading up to, you know, it's kind of the, you know, it's Will Arton, it's Hero, it's Yata, you know, it's our trainers, it's Will Smith. You know, it's a, you know, it's a process leading up to, like all our starters. He does a lot of prep work, a lot of homework. You know, watching video, trying to get an understanding of who these hitters are. And then we go into a pregame meeting and we discuss, you know, and exchange notes. You know, it's the standard kind of process. But his is, you know, and it's gotten to the point where he feels very convicted in what he's doing and what he wants to do. He understands what has been working for him. But it's not so much about has he not having faced them as much as I mean, he's watched a lot more video. He's just prepared. You know, he's not that he was not prepared before, but this is an area where he has grown. He's wanted to grow, and I think that's a credit to him. I think it's a credit to, you know, the other pitchers on our team, you know, for kind of slow dripping some ideas, some of our ideas. Like, it's kind of been a group effort, but again, he's been driving this, and he is in a position right now where he's had just, you know, I don't even know how to express it. I mean, I think somebody brought it up. It was like Kurt Schilling in like 2001 was the last time. Like, I mean, he's in some uncharted territory for pitchers right now.
The way pitching has evolved in the postseason, do you even think it'd be possible, or that you'd see it?
I never say never. You know that, Jack. You know, yeah, obviously it's evolved when you got, you know, bullpens that are as good as they are in today's game, the way the relievers can throw the baseball. You know, again, we don't walk in thinking we're going to get complete games. We got one last week. That was awesome to watch. It was awesome to be a part of. Today, again, awesome to be a part of. Really excited for him, happy for him. And, you know, we go home, we came here, we got a split, and so that's a good thing.
He's the one guy who stayed healthy all year out of your rotation, took on 175 innings. How is he at his best now?
I mean, I think that's just the way he takes care of himself. I mean, you guys see him every single day. He spends a lot of time taking care of himself, preparing his body. You know, it's not probably the way, you know, most of our guys train. I mean, I think that's well documented on how he trains. But he takes care of his body and makes sure he's in a good position. Last year, obviously, he had the shoulder issue. But this year, he's, you know, seems like hasn't skipped a beat, and he seems as fresh as he's been all year. You know, and it's a credit to him and his preparation on the physical front, because that's not easy. I mean, we're 34 starts into this thing now. You know, it's pretty impressive, and he's some of his best stuff has been of late.
How have you seen Yoshinobu kind of get better at like reading and reacting in game situations, and has that been especially important facing a lineup like this Blue Jays?
Yeah, I mean, some of it's, you know, some of it's by failure. I mean, you saw the Anaheim game, you know, where they came out and they jumped him, and so I think that was a teaching moment, you know, for all of us, you know, and so he understood that sometimes he might have gotten too predictable, and so he's been trying to evolve in that area. His execution again is at a really high level right now, and he feels good with all his pitches, so that makes that part of it not necessarily easier, but he's able to try to do different things. But I think it's just, you make 34 starts, you learn a lot. Whether you learn it consciously or subconsciously, you're learning a lot about yourself, you're learning a lot about teams. He's seen a lot of playbooks against him, whether it's, be patient, be aggressive, do different things. So I think he's just gathered a lot of information this year that he didn't necessarily get last year because he missed time. And I think he's just putting it to good use.
Thank you.
Okay.